Hello everybody and welcome to the March 2020 Scrawlrbox unboxing. So this is going to be my last one for a while, so hopefully there'll be some really good stuff in here to really keep me interested for the next few months. So without any further ado, let's just get into it. So I'm just going to pull the ripcord on it. Okay, so here we go, let's have a look inside. Ooh, what an interesting print. Hello, look at that. I love the sort of geometric shapes on that and all the different things going on. It's really detailed. So like, the triangles kind of look like little eggs, and I like the little diamond in the middle, and you've got the lighthouse. That is such an interesting print. So the print is called, the featured artist is Hatch, and it says, Hatch is the moniker of London-based artist and illustrator Dave Smith. Mixing bold line work with detailed patterns and tone, he creates graphic, eye-catching compositions. Hatch's work features a variety of characters and iconography dug up from his imagination and discovered in his surroundings. So at the bottom we have this A5 layout pad with 20 sheets of 70 GSM. Ooh, oops, accidentally, when I opened it up, the thing it came off. But this is so smooth, so I'm not entirely sure what medium we will be using. So I'm just gonna open up the supplies. So let's see what we got. Oh, brilliant! Literally last night I was saying to my husband, I hope there's a rubber in here. And look, we have this eraser. This is the Faber-Castell dust-free eraser, because I need a new one, so I'm really glad to have that. That's brilliant. We've got the sticker, which has kind of like a little running thing, being scared, and I don't know, it's blue and it's pretty and it's fun. I love that sticker. This is the spoiler card, but I'm not going to have a look at it yet. Ooh, okay. There's something really interesting here, but I'll do that last. So the sweet is a Vimto chew bar. I love Vimto. I'm super excited to eat that. Then we've got the Black Liner 0.4 millimeter fine liner. So that's this one. There we go. So that'll be fun. We've got just a regular HP pencil, but it's a Rembrandt art design one, and it looks super, super fancy. So, and look at that sharp point on that. That's a nice sharp point, so that's good. And then, here we have the main attraction. We have these tri-blend markers from Spectrum Noir. So I haven't used any Spectrum Noir art supplies before, but I've always been really interested to use them. So the colours we've got are Antique Pink Blend, which is this one here. We've got Gold Brown Blend, and we've got Blue Turquoise Shades. So the colours have like 3 different colours within them. So the Antique Pink Blend is AP2, AP3 and AP4. The Gold Brown Blend is GB1, GB3 and GB5. And the Blue Turquoise shades are BT7, BT8 and BT9. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swatch these all out, all the art supplies, and then I'm going to show you what we've got. So the first thing I'll swatch out is the HB pencil, even though it is just an HB pencil. And I'm doing this in my usual sketch pad, so it's already got some swatches at the top from a previous Scrawlrbox. So the HB pencil just looks like an HB pencil. So next I'm going to be swatching out the fine liner. So this is the black liner, just with a W on the logo. So once I've swatched this all out, I'm going to read the spoiler card. So, oh yeah, this is a nice, this goes down really smoothly. So that is the black liner, and now I'm super excited. I'm going to get into the tri-blend pens. Here we go. So I'm just going to figure out how to use them. So we'll start with the Antique Pen Blend. So I've got the AP2 one. So it's kind of like a bullet nib. So AP2 goes down quite nicely by the looks of it. So that is the AP2 just there, and then I think I have to like pull the middle off. Oh, so it comes like a little tiny little pen. So this is the AP3. Oh, this one's a bit like redder, I would say. It is a you can sort of notice the difference, definitely. So that is the AP3, and then I'm just going to go into the AP4, which is the dark one. So AP4. Honestly, I'm not seeing too much of a difference between this and the AP3, but I can see a difference between it and the AP2. So that is the AP4 just there. So I suppose it's slightly darker, but not necessarily noticeably so. But the next one I'm going to go on to is the gold one. So we'll start off with the light, which is the GB1. So GB1. So this is kind of like a very pale, creamy yellow colour. So there's the GB1. Just going to move on to the next one, which is the GB3. So the GB3 is a very sort of goldy colour. So there is the GB3. And lastly in this pen we have the GB5. So GB5. And this one again is even golder, so I can sort of notice the difference a lot better with these ones. So there is the GB5. I think that's actually a very good gold colour, so I'm very happy with that. And then lastly we have the blue turquoise shades. So I'll start with the BT7, and I really like turquoise as a colour, so I'm looking forward to seeing how these go down. Oh, that's beautiful. I am loving this one. Here we go. So this is the BT7, just there. Then we have the BT8. That one's just that bit darker. So there's the BT8. And lastly, we have the BT9. Gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of the shape of these barrels. They're like octagonal shaped, and it's just a bit awkward holding it. I've got to say, it's sort of because when I hold my pens, I sort of bend this finger down, and it's sort of the angles stick a bit awkwardly into it. But the pens do go down smoothly. So there is the BT9. And so yeah, that is what we're working with for today. So I'm just going to read the spoiler card out now to learn a bit more about the supplies. So we have the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers, and it says, the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers have a unique 3-in-1 design and blending system. These alcohol markers are equipped with 3 different colour shades that can be seamlessly blended for the perfect gradient finish. The pen has 3 separate ink chambers, each with a different colour which can be transferred through a fine bullet nib, which helps produce the controlled blend. The 3 colours inside each section have been carefully developed to produce an effortless gradation which will deliver the same result every time, with no trial and error or guesswork. These markers use high-quality alcohol dye-based ink that is designed to give a flawlessly smooth and seamless coverage for all of your artistic creations. RRP $3.49 each. So I'm actually really happy with this because I was actually hoping for more markers because I really like alcohol markers. I love the way they blend into each other. I think they're really fun to work with. I do prefer brush nibs, but the bullet nibs will work for finer details, so I'm happy with that. Then the next thing is the Molotow Black Liner 0.4. This Molotow Black Liner's precise nib guarantees fine and exact line work in your art. It's an easy-to-use pen that is ideal for sketching, outlining and detailing, and it's a great addition to your fine liner collection. Black Liner uses a water-based archival ink that is resistant to water and chemicals, so it's an ideal pen to use with multimedia projects. This pen also features a new cap-off function that protects the pen from drying out for up to 180 minutes, RRP 198. That's actually really good, 180 minutes with the cap off not drying out. I mean, I would never leave it that long, but it's really cool that it can actually go that long without drying out, which I think is really clever. Also, it says at the bottom, this month's treat is suitable for vegans and vegetarians, so this is vegetarian friendly, which is very good if you're vegetarian. So yeah, I like 0.4, I think it's a really good size for a nib, so I'm happy to use that. Then we've got the Lyra Rembrandt Art Design Pencil, and it says the Lyra Rembrandt Art Design pencils are encased in pure cedar wood with an ultra-fine, extra-resistant graphite lead, which makes them extremely durable to excessive use. This premium pencil is the ideal instrument for all of your drawing, sketching and designing needs, and its high durability makes it perfect for the constant demands of any artist. RRP £1.20. And then we've got the Faber-Castell Dust-Free Eraser, which says, this Faber-Castell eraser is the perfect tool for removing any lead, charcoal or colour pencil markings. The eraser is designed to create minimal eraser shavings, and the shavings it does create stick together for easy disposal, leaving you to concentrate on your artwork without worrying about making multiple trips to the dustbin. So that's really convenient, because when you're like working on a piece, you don't want to have to be constantly brushing off or blowing off all the eraser shavings. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And then finally, we have the Clairefontaine Goldline A5 layout pad, and it says this high-quality Goldline layout pad has 20 sheets of smooth surface texture paper to enable you to produce your best work. The 70 GSM white paper eliminates spread, stops ink bleed, and allows the ink to dry quickly to avoid smudges and smears, helping keep your work in pristine condition. So I've never used paper that thin before, but the texture did seem really smooth, and I know there is such a thing as marker paper, so I'll be really happy to see how the markers work on it. And then the Scrawler challenge this month is Imaginarium, which says a place dedicated to imagination. So I am super excited to have fun with this one because I love sort of creativity, imagination, and yeah, I'm really excited to see what I can create with this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go away and create something with all the items, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I've made. Okay, so I am back. I spent about somewhere between an hour and 2 hours on the piece, and as the prompt was Imaginarium, I really wanted to just do things straight from my imagination, so I didn't think about it too much. I didn't use any rulers or anything like that. I just put the pen to paper and saw what happened with my brain. It's a bit weird, but I'm quite happy with it. So this is what I came up with. So we've got the things in the middle. So we've got this phone is taking a little selfie. We've got some kind of monstery thing with teeny tiny legs. We've got this face ball thing, and then I quite like this little torch with the like sort of candlestick type holder with the torch up there. I really like the blending I did with that one, so I did the sort of gold colours at the bottom and blended it into the pink. And then floating around, I've got sort of different shapes, just sort of bits of floaty space really is floating around. So I've got the darker blues there, sort of lightening up into the lighter blues, then into the lighter pinks, and then the darker pinks at the top. And I'm just really happy with the overall effect. I think it's quite a cool piece. It's a bit weird, but I really like it. And yeah. So with the supplies, I was pretty impressed with the paper. It was really smooth, really good for blending. I did, however, notice a tiny bit of bleed through onto the next page, but not much, and considering how many layers I put in certain areas, I think that's pretty impressive. So I will use a sheet underneath in future just in case, but I'm still very happy with the quality of the paper, and I'm excited because I love using alcohol markers in general, so I'm excited to do quite a few Copic drawings in this pad here. And with the tri-blend markers, it was a bit of an annoyance having the bullet tip, especially when I was doing sort of the larger areas of colouring. Would have been really nice to have that brush nib, but overall they were really good to use. The AP3, for some reason, which was the middle one of the pinks, the nib was harder than on the others, so it was really hard to do the blocks of colour. So luckily I didn't have to do too many big blocks. I think the biggest blocks were just in these sort of shapes here, which are a bit tricky with the AP3. One thing I do wonder about though with the pens is because it's 3-in-1, I do wonder how long the ink will last, because when you consider it, that here, there are 2 ink sort of barrels inside there that's got to supply for 2 different colours, and it's a bit like, how long is this really going to last? Because with the middle one of the gold colours, I did already notice the ink starting to dull down a bit, so you can sort of see in the on the edges there, it's sort of getting a bit lighter, and that's because I was sort of running out of ink already. And so yeah, I like using them, but I do wonder how long each colour within it will last. But they are still very lovely pens, and I've really enjoyed using them. Overall, I think this was a really great Scrawlrbox. It's sad that it's my last one for now, but hopefully it'll keep me entertained for a while with all the supplies I've picked up over the past 3 months. So please do like the video, drop a comment down below to say what you think of my art piece, and please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.